G'day brewers, Hendo here from the Rockstar Brewer Academy. In this video, I'm going to show you how to correct missing raw materials that's gone into the brew and how to add them into the brew after you've closed it out so you can keep your inventory up to date. Let's take a look. So here we are in the Beer 30 dashboard, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click batch history here, and I'm going to take a look at this batch of South African Lion Ale. Now this is a batch that I've recently brewed, so if I just click brew just to show what's gone into the brew history here, so I can see that I've got my water additives, my grain, my first wort hops, my boil hops. But as you can see, there's no Whirlpool hops in this particular batch. There are actually Whirlpool hops in this recipe, but for some reason they didn't get added by mistake. And so what we need to do is we need to go and correct that and add in those Whirlpool hops. So what usually goes into this particular brew is 20 pounds of Mosaic. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go and put that 20 pounds of Mosaic into this particular batch. So as you can see, there's a number of different turns here. So we're just going to fix up turn number 1. So how we fix that is quite easy. So we just go into the inventory module and then just go into raw materials. And then I'll click hops inventory up the top here. Now, the first thing that we need to do is we need to find our Mosaic. As you can see here, I've got 32 pounds of Mosaic in stock. So because we missed putting 20 pounds into that turn, the first thing I'm going to need to do is just deduct it. Okay, so if I click the minus button, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 20 pounds. I'm just going to pick the lot that we've got, right? Now, it's not asking me what batch yet. I'm just going to update the inventory, okay? So if I go back down to my Mosaic, you can see now that it's gone from 32 pounds down to 12 pounds, okay? Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to allocate that Mosaic to that particular turn of South African Lion Ale. As you can see, here's the deduction record that I've just typed into Beer 30. And if I click the little pencil here, it'll bring up another window and it actually will give me the opportunity to change the brand and batch that this has gone into. So this is going into South African Lion Ale. So if I just scroll down, find South African Lion Ale, and that batch was 20 SA LA 03. Now the next thing it's going to do is it's going to ask me which part of the process do I want to add. Now the good thing is, right, is that you may have closed out a batch and forgotten to deduct the dry hop, or you may have forgotten to add something into your beer tank or something like that. Beer 30 lets you do that. But for us, what we're doing is we're just correcting a brew. We are changing the Whirlpool. And what it's asked here is which subset, so which turn. So it's turn number 1 that we have updated. And you can see 20 pounds of this particular lot of hops. And I'm just going to say, forgot to enter this into Beer 30 when I brewed. Sorry. Hit update hops inventory. So as you can see, it seems like it's disappeared from the transaction log, but where it is, it's actually down the bottom here and has changed the date to the brew date of this particular turn. So as you can see, there's me and there's my note, forgot to enter this in Beer 30 when I brewed, sorry. Great, okay. So now what happens if I go into batch history and I'll pull up that batch of South African Lion Ale, and then I'll go to brew so we can drill down on that. Here's turn number 1 of batch 3. And as you can see, in the hop substitutions area here, you can see that in the Whirlpool, 20 pounds of Mosaic with this particular lot number has been added as being used in this particular batch. So what we've effectively done is we've basically allocated some of the hops that were in our inventory into this particular turn, and we've basically corrected our brew log. So as you can see, correcting your brew log in the event of mistakes is very easy and very powerful in Beer 30, and it really helps you to make sure that Beer 30 is a single point of truth within your brewery with respect to your inventory and your lot traceability. If you want to know more about how to manage your inventory, lot traceability, and fixing all those mistakes that happen in your brewery, which is totally normal, leave a comment below and one of the Beer 30 crew will reach out to you and run through all the awesome features of Beer 30. And it is really an amazing product that helps you to brew better quality beer more consistently every time. Thanks heaps for watching this Tech Tip Tuesday video. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.